surprise as a part 2 of today's stream. It was a little bit shorter. It would be about 45 minutes, something like that. And we will work on a little bit of music while I do that. And for now, let's see. And towards the end of, I call this Michael Stipe's wall. It's from Phenomenon Onomatopoeia. Not to be confused with Michael Stipe, the lead singer of REM. REM. You know what? Let me open up another project here. Here was Photon Vortex starting, which is also from Phenomenon Onomatopoeia. But listen to that right now. I'm gonna see what the hell I got going on here. Oh, sweet. Sorry, the sweet one isn't related to anything for the audience, but I'm using words aloud. It reminds me of the episode of Bob's Burgers. Where Linda gets caught eavesdropping on some customers and so they like leave her kind of funny and she notices, and so then she's convinced she's good at eavesdropping, and Teddy and Bob are trying to teach her how to be better. Show her like what she does that doesn't work. There's like a lot of like what did he say? Active listening strategies. Do a lot of active listening. Make a lot of active listening sounds. Maybe that's what it was. It was kind of the same thing, like making active listening sounds to something like a word I read. Has nothing to do with the stream. So silly. The sound maker. Oops. Don't realize it a lot of times. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what I was doing with that. Oh, fuck it. Let's look at this a little bit more. Let's see kind of where can I do this. Take care of a little of this, because this gets kind of harsh over here, usually. A little better already. Might bring down, let's see, let's put you at like 2800. And a little bit just the shelf there. Just shelf this shit at the end. Drop a little bit of the gain. Because when I start, I'm gonna do a little bit more to this, and when I do, it's gonna beef up that high end a little bit. It's gonna beef the treble. Beef the treble. Beef the treble. Wait, what? 447. Why did I do 326? Is this one there? No? Where the fuck can get that from? Is that over here somewhere? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So what this will do here is it's going to create some little fluctuations in gain based on each of these frequency bands that I've chosen. So 447 and below with this low pass filter. And then I got these two band pass filters. This is going to be centered around 836 and 1820. It's based off where I was doing these boosts. So these are the sounds I'm interested in. So what this does is anytime those sounds that I'm interested in aren't present, it reduces the volume a little bit. So like in this one right here is a lot less volume. And then I'm choosing some of these times based on how long I like that particular like band range. Whatever it is in this case is a little different than how I'm talking about this like I always do this, but I do, not always in this kind of a case. But anyway, and so like this one is at 8:30. Actually, I'm not going to do that long either because there's going to be some funky resonances in there. So I'll probably cut the release off on this a little bit shorter, kind of like I did 60 down here. Oh, 60. And then this one's higher. Where are you at? 1800. You can go longer. I'm gonna do this one at like with a release of like 120 to start. I might even make it longer than that afterwards. I don't know. We'll see how it sounds. But okay, that's fine. So this is just without the first gate, and that's with the first gate. The second gates, I don't have the thresholds turned up, so they don't, in theory, make any difference to the sound. Sound like they do, which is good, because they're not supposed to. So then, this is only taking off one. You know what, let's take off two each time. And so what this will do, it's actually, so there's a couple things happening. This is just the EQs that I have sounds come through that I like to use. Before that EQ is this Nova EQ, but it's an adaptive EQ or a dynamic EQ. And so what I've done is use some reverse compression to get some of these ranges to come up a little bit when they come up naturally on their own. So this right here says, hey, if this signal gets up to a certain point, start magnifying all of the or start amplifying the signal based upon however much it goes past that limit that I set, that threshold. And so this is doing it for just this little band here. This is doing it for like this little area here. And so if I can focus on certain sounds in this larger noise piece here so that I can, sort of a way that I sculpt out like things like a key signature in something, a really experimental type of track, so that I can highlight the frequency bands that sound more, you know, musical or melodic or whatever. Now in this case, there's not a ton of it. It's very experimental noise core. I call them noisescapes. And there we go. That's the shit I wanted to see. Let's see when you get up here. Actually, I'm gonna do a high and a low on this one. Can I change colors on these? That would be cool if I could. I'm gonna do this, 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 so I can kind of see them different. But I want another one of you. You can do this one in pieces. So this will pull stuff, make the top, the peaks, will give it some more texture based on this gate. And this gate will make it so that some of the lower ends give it a little bit more, cut off more of the tail release once it gets kind of lower. So this already creates two different tiers or like levels of gain for articulation that so it's just a little bit more complex how the gates, or really how the output results from the input signals that are coming from this. Also, if we change the order, it can mess with things a little bit, because this right here, so this is right changing the gain, and this is all based on the gain. So if I put this first, there's more of that gain overall that it's pulling from. So actually, I might do that. You know what? I'm gonna put the low at the end, or that's super not helpful. Okay. All right, try this again. All right, back to this one. I want this. This is the one I wanted lower, right? Or higher. Okay. Go up even a little bit more. Maybe not so much lower. What, like here? Okay, try that. Let's work on this one a little bit. I think I'm doing this just because I want the window. I think I want to put some glue on afterwards. For this, I just want to see what this. I like this viewer is all for seeing kind of the gain of the signal as it goes through. Amplitude of the signal. I guess it's not gain if it's just the original. Or a gain of what? Yeah, trivia gain. It brings the volume down. Lower, higher, lower. Now it's like the same because everything's above anyway, so it's not cutting up. Now it's gonna be lower. Or not yet. Still spitting stuff out. Sweet. Might actually up this gain a little bit more after. Up this gain reduction a little bit more. Actually, maybe I want you to be the big one. You can be like the bass for all this. Ah, the bass is the bass. A little bit more. You know what else? Let's hold on. Too much clicking. I'm hearing it now. Much. Hold on, what did I set you to? Let's do this. I was like, I'll just move it up a little bit, but it's going too fast for me. It's gonna be too much, I think, of the attack now. Long. So this is neat because the compressor will give you an output view of what happens as you're running the compressor. But this one won't, glue won't. So I just drop compressor at the end and then tinker with glue. Until it looks like how I want it to look. I want it to run like a lot of the time. Put like maybe 2 on here, and now he's done. That's nicer. You're louder though. Maybe bring it up a little bit more. So much more level after glue. Like that's the whole kind of like point of compressors, right? Is it like takes out a lot of, well, I shouldn't say the whole point. Is one of the things people use it a lot for. I wonder if there's like a hotkey for this. But there is. Just thinking about like getting this to just slide one over, you know? Drag it. I want more caffeine. So I want to be able to open this fucking window. Is it like reasonable enough yet? Not really. Although it's like dark. Is there a cloud cover? Oh, it's like just a little bit right where the sun is. There's some cloud cover. Okay. Actually, the sun's in a lot better location now, so adjust this a little bit more. I think that might work. Okay. I wanna get at some of these sides here because they can make things very messy. Do it there. I don't need the post EQ anyway. I don't know. How long is this gonna fucking take to render for? Probably too long. Goddamn robot. All right. Well, give me 1 second while that's rendering. I'll be back probably before it's done rendering, but gotta deal with some noise in the space. Noise in the space. For a moment because I have less time than usual for the stream today. Ooh. Okay. Oh, and I found shit for a friendo. I'm so fucking stoked. Man, I need to make more rock then. That's what I'm gonna do. This sounds like a fantastic idea. Or a buyer game. I think that's what it sounded like would work. I like projects with other people. They're fun. And the thing I like about it is I think maybe the thing that a lot of people seem to look at collaboration as like, hey, what can you do for me that I can't do? And there's some benefit to that. Like that's how you deal with like fitting pieces together in collaboration, shit like that. Or it's like you get someone that's like got a band. It's like we don't have someone that knows how to play bass or is available to play bass. Let's go find a bassist. So you collaborate with someone to like solve that problem. Find someone who can do what you can't or aren't or whatever. You're finding someone to like. I'm gonna say this in a fucked up way. I don't mean it in a fucked up way, but like, 'cause it's not as bad as it sounds when I put it as literally as I'm about to. But the band's basically like, hey, we need a bassist to come fix our songs for us, right? Or to complete our songs for us is maybe a better way to say it. And it, I guess that's sort of true, but like, it's just, I guess it's one way of looking at collaboration, right? Like, how does someone else complete me? And I look at it, I guess maybe partly like that too. Like, how do you see yourself in this work? But for me, it's way more interesting to like see them work. You know what I mean? Like, I want to work with people. Like, well, in my last band, it was kind of like this in mentality. So it's not like everyone's like this, right? But like, I feel like it's a lot of people are like a very capitalist of collaboration. Where me, I have what I think is more of an artistic view of collaboration, which is probably why me and like my last band we all got along so fucking well. Is that like what I want out of collaboration is it gives me an opportunity to see other art that I haven't already seen yet. Like I've already seen mine, if nothing else up here, right? And then, but like someone else's art I haven't. That's exciting. I mean, my art's exciting too to me, but like in a different way, like, and so there's something different about seeing what came out of someone else's mind different. And when you're putting those things together in music, I think that's really fucking fun. Um, and I think sometimes because there are so many people that are of that more like capitalist mindset when it comes to like creation and art and shit like that, like I think a lot of people respond in that way too, not necessarily indicating that they like to operate that way or do operate that way, but I think more trying to just be like proactively like collaborative, right? They're trying to get along and what's the word? Not appeasing. That's like if someone's asking unreasonable shit. I mean, it's kind of like that too, but there's I don't know. In this context, I feel like there's a different word for it that's escaping me at the moment. But so then they like we like parrot these things. We're like, oh, well, what do you what do you do? Where do you want or what do you? And so like sometimes in collaboration, it just feels very like excuse me, like high school group work or like just very transactional and I think I kind of say this really is spaces and contexts for that and but like once I kind of get to know someone and they get comfortable with me and kind of like how flexible I am for that kind of shit, then that's when the stuff I think is really fucking interesting because then they'll start being like, hey, I did this as opposed to what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like there's kind of like a different piece of it. And so some people don't want to do that, I think, also because we're like, well, what if it's not what they wanted? Right? Like we're still centering the other person. Like, what do they want? And like if we're doing art while centering other people, that's one type of art, right? But if we do work while we center ourselves, that's also another kind. And that part fun. Yeah, so go do another one now that that's rendered and I've talked about my collaboration philosophy. Huzzah. I don't know why huzzah is the response to that. It's a word. Huzzah. There it was. Transition. This reminds me of another just nonsense story. It's totally not important, but I am sauce. You know what I want to do? I should write a song about drunk David Hasselhoff for this. I don't know why. I just think that would be fucking. I should say I don't know why. That all just stemmed from the placeholder title of I Am Sauce, which you could say, or some people say like I am sauced to mean they're drunk, right? I recently made a comment. Well, I don't know, it just fucking lives in my head anymore. And I never even fucking saw the video, the Vine or whatever it was. But apparently there was like a Vine of David Hasselhoff fucking drunk on the ground, failing to eat a cheeseburger or some shit. And so now it's just like one of those things. There was like this little meme that came out of it once in a while. It was like on a scale of 1 to 10, or no, on a scale of 1 to David Hasselhoff trying to eat a cheeseburger, how drunk are you, or something like that. So anyway, I think about the Hasselhoff piece every once in a while. Like the drunkenness of being sauced made me think of that. But he's already food adjacent anyway, because he says soy. And I said I am sauce because it reminded me of a silly joke. It's like, what if soy sauce is really just speaking Spanish and trying to tell you that it is sauce? Oh, the wiggling feels so nice. I can wiggle so much more without triggering muscle seizures, and it's pretty fucking rad. Like even our shoulder's getting better. I couldn't do what I just did just now. I just put my hands on my chair and like I leaned on them, put a little bit of weight on them, and it was not excruciating pain. Like I apparently slept at least enough better last night to repair my arm a little more than I had seemed to be doing. Let's go too. This. I like this little transition of shit here. I don't even bring all this shit down. Process this. I actually think this could be fucking... this is a dope frame. This is nice framework here for, you know, for a song. There's some shit in there. But I gotta do a little more work, I guess. So I'm gonna do this. I do this a lot myself because just the way it affects sort of my own creative process. But if I have a sound, if I have a sound, like, you know, a project or something has a sound that I can hear, there's some cool stuff happening, whatever it may be, like, you know, like within the arrangement, you know, compositionally, or like maybe there's some really cool sound effects that are playing together well, but just like the whole thing's not working. I can work with that, but like what'll happen sometimes is a bunch of, you know, if there are things that are distracting about it, things that I don't think sound good to the point where they distract me, like I can work with like not good for a long time because that's how, like, you know, the start sounds. I haven't finished it yet, so it doesn't sound good yet. You know what I mean? But like sometimes if I get to a certain point and it still sounds like bad and like, or maybe non-engaging to me personally in my ears, then I have a hard time doing more work on the parts that I think are good. And so this soy sample here, while parts of it are great, there's a bunch of stuff where I'm like, okay, it's not right. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it. All right. I got so like focused on some of the minutiae here that I. Just so it's not so aggressive. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. But it'll be distracting. So this shit's been kind of distracting for me. If I make it a little bit less aggressive in my ear balls, it'll be less of a distraction. And then And the other thing is, like, it'll sound better, so it'll be closer to whatever the fuck it's gonna do at some point. Even if that ends up getting deleted. Sometimes that happens too. Just like a piece, track sample, whatever, little riff that is just like, just never quite fits. And after a while, I'm just like, fuck it, it's out. I'll put this here just so I might just do the same, or at least I'll have a start that's similar to how these were processed. And it's the same sample, just in reverse. When it's in reverse, it sounds a little bit different though, so I don't always process them the exact same. Or sometimes I'm trying to get different things out of it when it's going forward versus in the process. I think this one, this will at least give me, because right now all I'm doing, aside from this saturator, adding a little bit more bright to it, I've been I was just cleaning, so these can be clean. Same. Here. Yeah, I think that works. I'm gonna listen a little bit more of this loop again. See what comes. Oh, and it stopped my diaphragm spasms, which has been fucking rad. Like, having like hiccups for 7 or 8 years is a lot more annoying than you realize when you're in too much pain to notice the hiccups so much. Like, it is fucking absurd the shit I put up with in my body for so long. And like, he was just like, alright, that sounds bad. He's real low key about it. Da 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 da. I think I want to cut some of the tail off this reverb or whatever. Oh, that's it. Oh, they're in there. Okay. What else is using that? Is that the only thing? Oh, well, you don't need so much then either. Oh, it's not that many already. Yeah. What the fuck is that then? How do you... Oh, don't... There we go. There's a way to... This shit. How long is that? This... Yeah, I'll really think... I wish that, I spent enough time in here, so like, I feel like I don't understand half of what they're freaking... Get out of here. What are you fucking doing? A is not being used, so... Oh, or is it being used? No, it is. Okay. What is that even there for? I wonder if they're using it like as a modulator somewhere else. Is that a thing you can do? Oh yeah, sure. I guess you could, but wouldn't it show up in there then? I don't know. This is all preset. Usually, if I'm in here to begin with in the first place, I'm fucking around. I also don't know my way around it as well as some of the other stuff. And like, if I'm doing FM, usually operator will do what I'm trying to do anyway. Oh, this is a neat little envelope there. Let's see this. I was hoping it'd make it a little bit easier. I guess let's see what you look like coming out of here. Yeah, just put some of this up at the gate. I don't know what's going on inside those envelopes, what's affecting what. I don't feel like tracking it all down, like which sounds I'm hearing correspond to what inside that fucking frequency modulation matrix, but I can just put the gate at the end and it solves the problem for itself. Okay, after this like little riff, I gotta get ready to post out of here, go take care of some errands. Neat stuff. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and let's close this shit up. I think I'm good to go. I'm AC, amateur procrastinator. You can find out more about my put some music in the background, bring it down a little bit. You can find out more about my music at amateurprocrastinator.com. Stream every weekday from the studio except for Mondays. Or except for Tuesdays. Stream every day from the studio except for Tuesdays. Working on whatever I'm working on, sometimes playing video games. I also stream in the evenings on Fridays, Sundays, and Mondays. I got a new single, El Nido, is coming out in a date TBA, so I don't know, 3 years out for that. And then got all kinds of music videos on my YouTube channel. I got stickers and some free stuff available. Stickers are for pay, but other stuff are free on my Patreon. If you check that out as well.